Bonjour à toutes et à tous, bienvenue, j'espère que vous allez bien. My name is Quan and this is French Crawl. So the Paris 2024 pass, what is it and do you really need it? How much does it cost? How do you get it? How do you use it? And is there going to be any way to save a little bit of money on public transportation this summer when prices are increasing? Possibly, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. So if you're watching this, you're probably planning on taking a trip to Paris for the Olympics or Paralympics, or maybe you just happen to be there when these things are happening. So I've been doing some research and reading because I'm going to be going as well. So I thought, why not just make a page and share it? And if it helps somebody, even better. The link is going to be in the description, so check it out. Take a look, bookmark it, subscribe, and check back in later on. I'll be updating it throughout the summer. So what is the Paris 2024 pass? The Paris 2024 pass is basically the pass they have designed specifically for the games this summer. It is a pass to help people navigate public transportation in Paris and the Paris region. They're going to start selling this on July 20th all the way through September the 8th. This basically is going to be kind of the de facto way of traveling if you want unlimited trips by day up until a week. So typically, if you come to Paris and go to the metro or try to use public transportation, there's usually a lot of options. And it could be a bit daunting at first because there's like how many days you want to go, what zones you want to go to, and all sorts of stuff in between. There's going to be 10 to 15 million people traveling into Paris and the area for the games. And so if you can imagine that many people trying to use the kiosk and figure out the system, it would probably create a pretty big backlog. So they are essentially simplifying it. The other part of it too is because there's so many people coming through, it's going to put a big strain on the system. And so they are basically passing on that cost to the visitors into this time frame. Unfortunately, it's also going to affect people who live there, and they're going to also have to pay a higher price during this time period. So the big casualty in all of this is the unlimited day pass and week pass that you could typically get. It's going away and being replaced by the Paris 2024 pass. So typically, if you wanted to do unlimited travel for up to a week, basically, you would have to buy that and place it onto a Navigo découverte card. Make note that if this was your plan, that you were wanting to use this and top it off, you're not going to be able to do that. And that goes for residents as well. So where can you go with the pass? You are basically covered throughout the entire Ile-de-France. This is the entire Paris region, zones 1 through 5. Typically, if you travel and just do the touristy things in Paris, zones 1 through 2 pretty much have you covered. So this takes you out further. It covers every competition venue, and that's kind of the purpose of it. And then the other good thing is if you plan to go on Disneyland or other places that are outside, you're covered as well. The one thing I'm not 100% sure on is the airports, Charles de Gaulle and Orly. I've read some people say you have to have 2 days or more, or you still have to buy a separate ticket for the trains that service the airports. On the actual site of Ile-de-France Mobilité, they bullet point the airports. So that to me says it's included. If it is included, that just makes it a bit better, just gives you more value. So how much is this going to cost? So basically a single ticket, normal price is €2.15. From July 20th until September the 8th, it's going to go up to €4 per ride, one way. You can also buy a booklet of 10. That is typically €17 and some change. That's going to go up to like 32. The Paris Pass for one day, unlimited rides, is going to cost €16. And the more days you buy, up until 7 days, which is a week, that's going to cost €70, which then averages out each day to €10, which is a bit more palatable. But considering that a month-long pass is 80-something euros, you kind of see how expensive this is getting. The other thing is when you start using your card, that's when the clock starts ticking. So if you buy a week-long pass and you decide, I'm not going to use it until Wednesday, the clock starts ticking that Wednesday when you first use it, and it'll just expire the following Tuesday at midnight. You're just going to have to plan accordingly, according to your plan and itinerary. So how do you buy the Paris 2024 pass? There's going to be two ways, basically. One, physically, you will have to get a Navigo Easy card. That's going to be the white card. It's going to cost a couple euros. And then you will buy the pass, the Paris 2024 pass, and load it onto it to use. And you'll tap and go. You can also order the Paris 2024 pass online right now. They're offering it, and they're going to ship it to you to your home address, so that if you want, you could come prepared, have it on you already as you go into Paris. The second way is going to be through the apps. The first app is the main app. This is the Île-de-France Mobilités app. This is the app that's been around. It's available for Android and iPhone. But the thing is, only Android users can actually buy tickets and use the tickets with their phones and tap on and off. They are working on the iPhone app to be able to buy tickets and use it as well. And they're hoping and saying by June this summer. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, you can actually download the app now and just take a look at it if you're an iPhone user. Now, the second app is the Transport Public Paris 2024 app, which is kind of like a literal translation from French, but it's basically the public transport app for the Olympics. And this is the official app. It's also available. It's been out since April. It's available for Android and iPhone. They have a trip planner in it, and it's supposed to give you real-time information on traffic, so you can kind of plan out your journey, seeing how things are in real time. And you can also buy tickets through the app and load them up and use it to travel. It's actually a very, very well-designed app. I've played around with it. I really like it. They have maps of all the places. And so you can really plan out ahead of time, but they're still under development. So I'm sure there's going to be more features and things that pop up as the time draws nearer to the Olympics. Okay. With the prices increasing and all these things happening, are you going to be able to save any money using public transportation? Yes, possibly. Now, if you are going to be in Paris before July 20th, you can actually buy a Navigo Easy card. You might already be buying it because you're traveling, but you can load up to 30 tickets on the card, which is basically 3 booklets, 3 carnets worth of tickets at a discount. And if you want more than that, you can. You can buy another card, load that one up, do it for everyone in your group, your family, your friends, and then have extras if you want. If you think you're going to be traveling a lot, you can use that to your advantage and kind of plan around how you want to use that in conjunction with the Paris 2024 pass when you buy that. So I want to thank everyone who's taken the time to watch this video. I hope that there's some information in here that can help your trip planning this summer. I'm hoping to do a few more videos on the Olympics to help anyone out there. Subscribe and be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, je vous souhaite un bon voyage et à bientôt.